Hi, everyone. Welcome to Clientology Daily Insights. As always, I am your host, Jeff Bourgeois. And today I want to talk about authority book topics. And the reality is, a lot of people come to me and say, Jeff, I don't know what I would write. I don't know what I would write about. I don't know if I have anything worth saying. And so I just wanted to share some ideas of what we're seeing for authority books. And here's my little list. This is not all inclusive. This is just meant to give you an idea. One of the things I will warn you is we most often struggle to write our first book. I believed once upon a time that I was going to write one book and it would be my last. My observation is there's no such thing as your first book as your last book. Usually you get addicted and you want more. So this is our list, and this is something we see with a lot of our local authority figures. The very first book they write is their diagnostic. I've shared a lot of content on that, but the focus is on helping the people who need your help understand how you can help them. The next book is usually one about frequently asked questions. So questions they might have about your industry, questions they might have about you. The next book we see is usually once you've created your signature system, you should create an overview book helping people understand what it is, how you help them. And then from there, it's really easy to create your signature system workbook to help your clients work through the things. Now, in our diagnostic, we teach that there's three core areas. So you're going to do a deep dive in each of your three core areas. So core area one has a deep dive, two and three. Now, the one I like the most because it builds the community, it builds authentic relationships. It's a guidebook to local community resources. So, for example, we have an Atlanta Business Concepts guidebook that's coming out. In that, we list all of the business resources for people in our ecosystem. So, the ecosystem book or the community resources is a good one. Now, as you're doing your podcast, your influential interviews, somebody's going to say something that you go, oh my God, everybody needs to know that. One of the things you can do is if you record, say, 12 episodes of your podcast, take your action items from every one of your speakers, and each one becomes a chapter in the book. Obviously, you get their permission to publish it. You ask for them, to be participating in the book, but you can share some insights. And when you're doing your meaningful masterminds, what we teach is you want to focus on how do we add value to our community? How do we serve our dream clients better? Those lessons can be something you can put in a book and share again with your audience. Now, the last two, I love sharing the focus on charities. So, if you're a business group, for example, and you have a bunch of resources, one of the things you could do is create a book on the charities that each person in your group supports. So you're giving the charity a little bit of exposure. It's a great little tool that you can just share with people. It's a great way to say thank you, but it also raises awareness because a lot of nonprofits, charities, they're desperate to be relevant. They're desperate to have the funding that they need to do the work that they do. So if you can give them a little bit of exposure and you can help raise funds, and by the way, it becomes something that they can sell to their audiences as well. So think about ways you can contribute and add value to charity. And then last but not least, you might just call it your success tips. That's a great little authority book to really add value to your community. And I haven't made it on the list, but also any book where you share online resources or the tools of the trade, if there's software that you use, if there's books that you use, share those things. Anywhere you would normally do a list, it can easily become a topic for an authority book. So thank you, and I look forward to hearing your stories below. What would you like to write an authority book on?